Pistol Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle. In the 1982 season, played 162 games. Props. Ken Arzon here, Vista, California. Saturday, March 22nd, 2025. Pete is 41 years old in the 1982 season. He plays 162 games. How about that? 634 at bats, 80 runs scored, 172 hits, 162 games, 172 hits. About a hit a game. 25 doubles, four triples, 3 homers, 54 RBIs. Poor production. He played every game, managed only 54 RBIs. That's poor. He had 66 walks, bat 271. Pete is slipping. Sorry. But he's 41 years old. Give him a break. 345 on base, 338 slugging, 214 total bases. So how about Pete Rose at 41 years old playing 162 games? That is a record. Did you know that there is no other player 41 years old who played 162 games? Pete Rose did it. But there's another category which is not good for Pete. RBIs. Let me ask this trivia question. Which player had the most at-bats in a season, yet had the fewest RBIs? Do you know which player that is? I looked it up. Richie Ashburn. I've got it here. Let me go to Richie Ashburn. Got him, I think. Do I have him? I got him. Did you know what happened in the year 1949? Richie Ashburn got 662 at-bats and managed only 37 RBIs. That is a record. A poor record. But did you know that there's about 5 players who have multiple 600 at-bat seasons with poor RBI production? And Pete Rose is one of them. The other guys who had poor productions, Billy Hamilton, Willie Keeler. But Pete Rose did something in, let me get his name up here. I got Pete. Yeah, here he is. Did you know that Pete Rose in the 1971 season, I've got it here, had 632 at-bats, but managed only 44 RBIs? So I told you there's about 5 guys who are in a category of having a lot of 600 at-bat seasons with poor RBI production, and Pete is one of them. Richie Ashburn holds the record. 662 at-bats, 37 RBIs. But Pete Rose had 632 at-bats one year and got 44 RBIs. And then you know what he did? He did it again. Listen to this. Pete in 1968 had 626 at-bats and managed only 49 RBIs. And then the other guys I mentioned, Willie Keeler, Billy Hamilton, they were having poor RBI productions. They were speedsters. But you know another guy who just could not get the RBIs in a game or for his career and seasons? Lloyd Wayner. Did you know one year he had 629 at-bats and had only 27 RBIs? That's a little embarrassing, wouldn't you say? So Richie Ashburn, Willie Keeler, Billy Hamilton, Lloyd Wayner, and Pete Rose are in that category of having a lot of 600 at-bat seasons, yet having poor RBI production, and Pete is one of them. That's why I'm covering Pete right now in his, season by season. We're looking at all his box scores, his accomplishments, and Pete is good. I've got it here. Pete is really, really good in certain categories. One of them is games played. 3,562 games played in his career. That's a record. And the other category that Pete was really good in was at bats. 14,053. That is a record. Of course, we know he has the most hits all time, 4,256. Pete was really good in 200 hit seasons, 10 of them, and 300 batting average seasons. He had 16 of them out of 24 years. Pete also had some good run scored seasons, but it wasn't enough for me. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He had 10 seasons, 100 run scored seasons, 10 of them out of 24 years. It should have been more. It should have been about 15 or 16, 100 run scored, because he's getting all these at bats and he's playing all these games. So it came up short in runs scored. But the one area that I've been hammering and really focused on was the RBI production. He had 1,314 career RBIs. That's not enough. He never had 100 RBIs in a season, Pete Rose. And I just mentioned that he had some seasons with 600 at-bats. 600 at-bats. All right, listen to this. 1963, he had 623 at-bats, got 41 RBIs. Then in 1968, he had 626 at-bats and had 49 RBIs. So that's 2 seasons, 600 at-bats, just 40 RBI range. Not enough. Then you get another season, 1971. He had 632 at-bats. That was the most. And the fewest RBIs was 44. What's going on? Then he had another season, 645 at-bats, 57 RBIs. He had another one, 652 at-bats, only 51 RBIs. Here's another one, 655 at-bats, 52 RBIs. Then he had 628 at-bats one year and only had 59 RBIs. Then another season, 634 at-bats, 54 RBIs. What's going on with all these 600 at-bat seasons, yet 40 and 50 RBIs? That's why I brought up that trivia question, which player had the most at-bats with the fewest RBIs? The answer is Richie Ashburn, 662 at-bats, 37 RBIs. Then Lloyd Wayner had 629 at-bats one year and had 27 RBIs. But Pete Rose, one year, had 632 at-bats, 44 RBIs. Anyway, we're done with the 1982 season. We've got 83, 84, 85, and 86 for Pete Rose. After I'm done, I'm going to evaluate Pete Rose. I'm going to say the good and the bad. Okay? Next video. 1983 season. Pete will be 42 years old. How did he do? We'll get into it next. I'm out.